Hey guys, Booligan here with Booligan Airsoft and Shooting Sports, taking a look at a new project acquisition we picked up at the end of 2017. This is actually my girlfriend's Ruger 1022. If you may recall, I have a Savage Mark II FSSV, whichever one is the threaded barrel, 16-inch bull barrel version, and that thing is an absolute tack driver. I love shooting it, and she loves shooting it, but she actually asked if we could get a 22 that was semi-automatic. And obviously, when you're looking for a semi-automatic 22, the answer is always a Ruger 1022. In this case, we went with the stainless version with the Hogue stock. So it already has a very comfortable stock, and then the stainless finish just looks awesome and is very durable. The problem is, both she and I were spoiled by that awesome Savage AccuTrigger, which is adjustable and has about a 2-pound break. It's just perfect trigger. So when we were shooting the 1022, while it is very accurate and it's easy to shoot, the trigger pull is a little heavier than we like. Has a lot of take up, not as crisp. So I went and I looked at the market and I saw what existed out there and what the best options are. And I recall that I had previous great experience with Volquartsen. Probably mispronouncing that, but Volquartsen. You may recall I put a Volquartsen accurizing kit in my Mark III 2245 pistol, and that thing is amazing. It is way better than it has any right to be. Just perfect 2.5-pound break. Just every shot is perfect on that. So I contacted Volquartsen to test out one of their accurizing kits. Instead of the accurizing kit, they asked if I wanted to test out their TG2000 drop-in trigger group. That way, instead of me having to install a whole bunch of parts in this, it's literally just one drop-in part. And it's even available in purple. Perfect. Now, what the TG2000 includes is it includes their the whole trigger housing is now CNC machined and is anodized in one of several colors, and it includes their slingshot mod, so that instead of having to, if you lock the bolt back, instead of having to like kind of fiddle with the little locking point, you just pull the bolt back and it releases. It includes their adjustable trigger. It is adjustable for over travel and pre-travel. It's not adjustable for weight, but it is locked in at 2.5 pounds per their literature. And it's just a nice, easy drop-in unit. You also get their extended magazine release, and everything is just a very tight little package. So let's look and see what the trigger pull is with the factory trigger. Let's install this trigger to show you how easy that really is, and then we're going to take this to the range and see how it shoots. To do the trigger the trigger weight, I've got a good old-fashioned Wheeler trigger pull scale, ensuring that the firearm is empty. Safety is off. We'll do this as best as we can while still trying to keep it in frame. About 6 pounds that time. Five and a half. And a hair over 5 pounds. There, so you can actually see it. Hair over 5 pounds. So between 5 and 6 pounds with the factory trigger group. And this is after probably around 300 or 400 rounds breaking it in. So this thing should be pretty well established at this point. It shoots fine. All the components are broken in the way that they should. So let's go ahead, let's do a quick teardown to show you how to install the Volquartsen TG2000 drop-in trigger group. First thing first, you need to remove the action from the stock. That's going to depend on the model that you have. If you have one of the just standard wood stock ones, you're going to have to remove the band first, and this will probably be a flat or Phillips head screw. But on the stainless model, there's no barrel band up front. So literally just unscrew this. You have to unscrew it all the way. Make sure that safety is kind of in between the two positions so it doesn't snag. And then it just pops right out. Replacing the trigger group is super simple. It's literally 2 pins, and 2 pins that might even just kind of fall out on their own. Not really held in with too much gusto. Not even going to use a pinch or a punch or anything, just to pins are out. And then there you go. Old trigger unit, new trigger unit. You can see the difference in shape in the triggers themselves. But overall, these things are just designed really to be a easy drop-in installation. And dropping in is exactly what we will do. Just take it, put it in place, make sure that your pinholes are lined up. Kind of just install the pins in the reverse way that you took them out. Now this trigger group is a little tighter tolerances than the other one, so you may want to use, or you may need to use, a rubber mallet or something to get those pins in. So we'll go ahead, we'll tap those pins in with a rubber mallet, and then we'll put the whole thing together, and we will get some measurements of the trigger pull with it installed in the gun. Okay, with the trigger group reinstalled, go ahead, just get everything slid right back into the stock. Using my handy dandy ICS multi-tool, this thing has saved my butt multiple times. There we go. And we are in business. This is now ready to hit the range. Obviously, make sure that you have proper operation. Much lighter trigger pull. In fact, let's go ahead and let's measure that lighter trigger pull. Let's move it up a little bit so we can actually get that in frame. £2.5 pounds. £2.5 pounds. And just under 2.5 pounds. So obviously this thing does what it says it does on the label. Your trigger pull is much lighter. What's nice about it is that the trigger itself, move this out of the way so we can get a better contrast. The trigger itself, it doesn't use the little plunger to return it like it does on the regular 1022 trigger assembly. It uses an internal spring, and all that is your stop. That is your over travel stop. You have a pre-travel adjustment screw located up here as well. The whole unit is just super solid. It looks great on there, and it works well too. So let's hit the range. Let's really see how it shoots now. Rapid fire from above, only at 10 yards, so not crazy. On a novice shooter, that thing's definitely helping. One range trip and one costume change later, I'm happy to report that the Volquartsen trigger, the whole drop-in trigger thing worked perfectly. It improved the accuracy even with a novice shooter because it takes away one of those variables of messing up your shot, which is, you know, sloppy trigger pull. This trigger pull is super clean. It breaks super easy. You can do some pretty good rapid fire with it if you want to, and from a bipod, actually I'm still getting surprising accuracy.
even out to 25 yards, you know, with the old paintball trigger finger method on it, because it was basically, you know, locked in place. But the kit works extremely well, and I'm very, very happy to have it in this rifle. Now this build, I'm not really sure what all we're going to do with it. Shooting it offhand is a little bit of a pain in the butt because it's still a little bit heavy because it's got a you know, full heavy barrel here. But what I'd like to do, we may be finding a different barrel for it. Still want to have it be threaded, obviously, so we can put my Amtac Fire Ant suppressor on it. But just maybe going with a different, you know, carbon fiber barrel of some sort. And would eventually like to have the whole thing Cerakoted to match this because, well, my girlfriend likes purple, and a happy girlfriend makes for a happy Booligan. So stay tuned for more on this project build, and you can find the link for purchasing this trigger from Volquartsen in the information section below this video. Thanks for watching.